The knock on my door came just after sunset. 10 years of silence, and there she stood, my mother, looking smaller than I remembered, her eyes red-rimmed and desperate. "I need a place to stay," she said, not even bothering with hello. "Just temporarily, until I figure things out." I stood there, hand still on the doorknob, memories flooding back. I was 16 when she told me I was ruining her new marriage. 16 when she said having me around was too stressful for Dennis, her new husband. 16 when she gave me 3 days to pack my things and leave. Dennis had moved in when I was 12. A massive man who spent most of his time in his recliner, remote in one hand, beer in the other. Mom quit her stable job to work for some tech startup that promised equity. The startup folded within 2 years. They bought a house way beyond their means. 6 bedrooms they'd never fill, a mortgage that swallowed everything. Dennis passed away 4 months ago. Heart failure, though no one was surprised. He'd been bedridden for the last year, refusing medical advice. He left Mom with nothing but debt and foreclosure notices. "Jake has a spare room," I said, mentioning my older brother. "Jake won't return my calls," she admitted, looking at her feet. Of course, my brother had his own reasons for keeping distance. So I was the backup plan. The daughter she discarded, now suddenly worth remembering. My husband and I live in a modest 2-bedroom house. Our bedroom, his office. The basement is my art studio, the dream I built after moving in with Dad, who actually believed in me. But standing there, looking at her desperate face, something clicked. Not sympathy, something else entirely. "You can stay," I said slowly, "but there are conditions." Her face lit up with relief. "You'll live by the exact same house rules I lived under in your home." The relief flickered. "Electronics off by 6 p.m. I began. "If I find you with a phone after that, I'll confiscate it and donate it. Bedtime at 7:30 sharp. If you're awake past that, you lose clothing privileges for a week." Her mouth opened slightly. 5-minute showers, once every 3 days. All household chores completed before I wake up. If they're not done, you don't eat that day. You'll be available immediately when my husband or I need anything. No dilas, no excuses. Failure means you sleep without bedding. This is she started. I'm not finished. You'll cook 1 meal daily, chosen by me. If it's not to my standards, you eat a frozen dinner alone. I'll have access to all your communications, mail, messages, everything. I decide what's appropriate. Your car becomes our transportation. You'll drive us where we need to go, and you'll still pay for gas. She was shaking her head now, backing away from the door. "And if you displease me at any point, I call Jake to pick you up from wherever I drop you off. You'll get 5 minutes to pack whatever fits in a single bag." "You can't be serious," she whispered. "These were your rules, Mom. Your exact rules. If they were reasonable for a 16-year-old kid who'd done nothing wrong, they should be perfect for an adult who made choices that led her here." Her face flushed red. "This is insane. This is cruel. How dare you? How dare I?" Something in my chest tightened. "You threw me away. You chose a man who couldn't be bothered to get off the couch over your own daughter. And now you show up here, not with an apology, not with acknowledgement of what you did, but with your hand out expecting me to fix your mistakes. I'm your mother. You stopped being my mother when you told me I was too much trouble to keep around." She stood there, trembling with rage or shock or both. "You're horrible. You're a horrible daughter." "Funny," I said quietly. "I'm horrible now, but I was your first call when you needed help." She turned and stumbled down my porch steps, shouting something about family and forgiveness and how I'd regret this. I watched her get into her old sedan, the one she'd probably be living in by tomorrow, and drive away. My husband appeared behind me, putting a hand on my shoulder. "You okay?" "Yeah," I said, and I meant it. "I really am. I don't know where she spent that night. Maybe she finally called Jake and actually apologized for once. Maybe she found a shelter. Maybe she slept in her car. What I do know is this. I didn't create those rules. I didn't invent that cruelty. I just held up a mirror and asked her to see what she'd done to a child who'd loved her unconditionally. Some people call it revenge. I call it clarity. The next morning, I made coffee in my peaceful house in the life I'd built without her. I didn't feel guilty at all.